Good evening, Nigeria. Senate President Godswill Akpabio dropped a significant statement on Thursday that has gotten the entire nation talking. The top lawmaker declared that Nigeria's insecurity challenges are not random events, but rather organized and orchestrated attacks by enemies who are deliberately trying to torment the country through terrorism, banditry, and insurgency. This revelation came during the 14th National Caucus meeting of the All Progressives Congress held at the State House Conference Center in Abuja, where President Bola Tinubu and other party leaders were present. According to the Senate President, what Nigeria is experiencing is not just unfortunate circumstances, but calculated attempts by unnamed enemies to destabilize the nation. Akpabio expressed deep sadness over the situation, telling the gathering that people have decided to torment Nigeria with very serious and orchestrated insecurity. He went further to connect this to the growing success of the ruling party, suggesting that as the APC expands and gains more ground, it naturally attracts envy and jealousy from those who oppose its progress. In his words, with jealousy comes hatred, and with hatred comes these security challenges that are plaguing various parts of the country. The timing of this statement is particularly interesting because it comes at a moment when Nigerians across different states are genuinely concerned about their safety. The Senate President acknowledged that many states are currently grieving due to the worsening security situation, and he emphasized the need for party leadership to remain united in confronting these challenges. What makes this statement even more compelling is that Akpabio did not shy away from calling it what he believes it is, which is an organized conspiracy against Nigeria's stability and democratic progress. Now, let's put this into perspective. Nigeria has been battling multiple security fronts simultaneously. The Northeast continues to deal with insurgency, the Northwest faces constant banditry attacks, kidnappings have become almost routine in several states, and various criminal activities have made life increasingly difficult for ordinary citizens. When someone at the level of the Senate President comes out to say these incidents are orchestrated rather than random, it raises important questions about who these enemies are and what exactly their endgame might be. During the same event, Akpabio revealed some legislative actions that have been taken to address the security crisis. He disclosed that the Senate has made bold decisions aimed at deterring criminality, including legislative efforts to classify kidnapping alongside terrorism. This is actually quite significant because it means that once President Tinubu signs this bill into law, kidnappers could face the death penalty. The Senate President also made an appeal to state governors, urging them to enforce laws on capital offenses such as banditry by signing execution warrants. His argument is that failure to do so could embolden convicts who might later escape from prison and return to their criminal activities. Another interesting aspect of Akpabio's address was his commentary on the political landscape. He claimed that the opposition in the Senate has dwindled significantly, with only about 4 or 5 senators remaining outside the APC. He even alleged that some of these opposition senators have privately indicated interest in joining the ruling party. However, the Senate President said he does not want a Senate completely without opposition, which is why he has allowed some senators who declared for the APC in their states but have not yet formally done so in the chamber to continue operating within the minority caucus. This ensures that the minority benches are not left completely empty. The Senate President also touched on regional politics and Nigeria's relationship with neighboring countries. He applauded President Tinubu for intervening in Benin Republic to stabilize democracy there, and he urged sustained regional engagement. Akpabio's point here is that Nigeria's stability is interconnected with the stability of surrounding nations, and therefore the country must maintain active involvement in regional affairs to protect its own interests. If you're finding this analysis helpful and want to stay updated on important developments like this, please take a moment to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you detailed coverage of what's happening across Nigeria. What really stands out about this entire situation is the suggestion that Nigeria's security challenges are being deliberately orchestrated. This is not the first time government officials have hinted at conspiracy theories surrounding the nation's insecurity, but having the Senate President make such a direct statement at a high-level APC meeting adds weight to the claim. The question many Nigerians are now asking is whether there will be any concrete evidence presented to support these allegations. Who exactly are these enemies? Are they internal political opponents? Are they external forces with economic interests in keeping Nigeria unstable? Are they ideological groups opposed to democracy? The average Nigerian citizen is more concerned with practical solutions than conspiracy theories. People want to know what specific measures are being implemented right now to protect communities, secure schools, and make roads safe for travelers. They want to see results rather than explanations about who might be behind the attacks. This is where the gap often exists between political statements and public expectations. While Akpabio's assertion about organized insecurity might be accurate, Nigerians need to see the government moving beyond identification of enemies to the actual neutralization of threats. The Senate President's call for party unity and his warnings about discrimination against new members joining the APC reveal the political calculations happening within the ruling party. As the 2027 elections approach, the APC is clearly focused on consolidating power and expanding its reach across the country. Akpabio predicted that unity within the party would translate into votes and victory in 2027, which shows that political considerations are never far from discussions about national security. As this story continues to develop, Nigerians will be watching to see what follow-up actions emerge from the Senate President's declaration. Will there be special investigations launched? Will security agencies receive additional resources and support? Will international partnerships be strengthened to address threats that might be coming from outside the country? These are the questions that matter most to citizens who simply want to live their lives without fear. Before you go, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates on this developing story and other important news from across Nigeria. What do you think about the Senate President's statement? Share your thoughts in the comments below.